He does. I'm not making that up. Welcome back, America, segment 3. For those of you that are just stepping in for the first time, welcome to IDD. I don't disagree. That is the redoubtable one himself, Tom Izzo, who hails from the mean streets of New York. I am the highly questionable Arjun Miliaccio,
Fredericksburg,
who hails from the pissed off, bitter, arrogant, snot-nosed streets of Massachusetts.
It's the mean streets of Fredericksburg, Virginia. I mean, by way of Long Island.
You know, down here we call him the Bird. You going back to the Bird? The Bird. Don't be fucking around the Bird.
Freddie Berg.
The Bird.
Oh, no.
Freddie B.
Utah is getting backhanded.
Segment 3, college football. Speaking of which, an upset is in the making here. Number 19, Oregon State is decisively handing number 10 Utah their ass. It is currently a goose egg, 21-0 with about 8 minutes to go. Utah can't get anything going on offense. This Oregon defense, tell you, that's a heck of an offense they're shutting out, I might add right now. Utah's a good offense. They're very good.
I thought they only scored 14 points last week.
That was another top 10 team, UCLA. That wasn't a shitbag defense they were doing playing against.
No, but they only scored 7 points.
They won 14-7.
I know, but they had pick 6.
Yeah. Well,
so they only scored 7 points.
Against UCLA, who's very good, who's ranked in the top 10. Okay. Who was, so at the time. So my point is they beat them. Yeah. And that was a good game. Those two elite teams. I mean, but this Oregon State team, speaking of which, the first game we're going to talk about just popped up on our screen.
Dion, baby.
We have tomorrow a very interesting 12 o'clock game. The USC Trojans, Heisman Trophy winner Caleb Williams, heading to Boulder to take on a dazed, flustered, and suddenly rattled Colorado Buffaloes, who fell completely out of the top 25, even though they were on the road, at Oregon, which is a very tough place to play, if we're being honest. And even a healthy team going in there was going to have a tough time with that.
First time I played at Oregon, oh my God, I couldn't hear a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, and I was a center.
Couldn't see a thing.
I'm completely making this up.
If he did, he would have seen him on the football field in Fredericksburg. There was no one there, and he was drunk. Okay. There were no lights.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who
broke into the damn stadium.
Anybody who watched that game could hear how loud it was and how crazy that stadium was. Oregon had an agenda. Colorado could not stop the slide.
Dion came out the tunnel and the entire student section booed him like he killed someone. And it's one thing to get on the other coach, I get it, but that was like venomous. It was like, wow. It felt like Red Sox Yankees is what it felt like. I'm like, damn.
Well,
like,
but you
what are they got against him?
You said USC is better than Oregon.
They are.
So do you think it's going to be a worse of a beating, or
this is the thing? We argued about this the other night, but it really depends on how they react. The crowd's going to be behind them because they knew they were shorthanded. I'll tell you what, that stadium's going to be rocking tomorrow because they know the caliber of the opponent.
The tough part is the trenches for Colorado.
This has been a thorn in their side.
They
don't have the guys in the. When Dion said he was 7 players away, he was talking about 4 offensive linemen and 3 defensive linemen. That's what he's talking about. And he's right. But the thing is,
he's playing against like NFL-sized lines.
Well, USC has an NFL lineup. That's what I'm saying.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They're one of about, I'd say, 7. Washington Huskies. By the way, they're tomorrow night too. I want him to see that game and see that team. By the way, they're playing. They're going to Arizona. Arizona's in the Pac-10. They're undefeated. Arizona's 3-0.
Are they ranked?
No, because there's 6 other teams in that conference that are ranked, and they're 3-0. So I'm curious to see what that looks like tomorrow night because I haven't seen Arizona either.
Look, where's this guy going?
I don't know, he's going
up by 3 scores.
Well, he turned the corner.
Oh my God!
No, he can't. No,
he almost got the first.
It's like shit. If he got a first, he did actually turn that into a fucking
7-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a 12-yard loss. America.
I think it might have been longer than that.
He turned that around. He fucking pulled a Fran Tarkenton. A Roger the Dodger, John Elway.
Let's see how far back he is. So
he goes,
5 yards back.
No, wait. I'm going to run way back here.
That's 10 yards back.
I'm going to run way back here. Dude, he ran like
what, 27 yards?
He got 8 yards out of that. That had disaster written all over it. But it's been that kind of night. That's Oregon State. They're playing well. They're going to move up if they win this game. So, look, I got no preconceived. I'm pulling for Colorado. I want to see them win, but there's no way they're beating this team tomorrow. If they keep it close, given that.
What do you consider close? Like losing by 14?
14 would be close. Because they don't have their best player yet either.
Yeah.
If that kid were playing, they might have a shot at winning.
Did you see Travis Hunter met up with that kid?
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. I thought that was the coolest thing I saw that came out last week.
I mean, honestly,
that was class.
If I was Travis Hunter, I don't know how much I would have wanted to do that.
I would have punched him.
Yeah.
Almost ended the season.
Because it was a dirty hit.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't one of those, hey, we got caught up in the moment. It was
dirty.
I'm coming for you.
It was dirty. Look, and I don't know who initiated it, but if that kid apologized, okay.
That's true.
I mean, that could have happened too. So I wasn't there, but I'm going to say.
If the guy comes to you.
If he came to you and said, look, man, I didn't mean to do that.
But big of Travis Hunter for.
No, I'm saying it was a classy move, I think, on both sides, and I like seeing that. And I hope that's what it was. But anyway, tomorrow, I don't see how, unless Colorado's defense, which doesn't, to your point.
You can't stop the run.
They can't stop the run. They're best. They're not. This kid who they lost is a number one corner. He's a shutdown corner. Now, if he was out there, you could do something. But they can't cover their receivers. They can't cover them either. It's like they're going to have to play a two-deep zone. They're going to have to blitz, send 6 and try to drop 5, or they got to get some pressure on this kid who, by the way, not only has a rocket arm, but he runs like fucking Cam Newton.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
He's 6'5". He's like, I mean, they're going to have a problem with him.
He's 6'5".
He's a big, what?
He's 6'5".
He's 6'5".
Damn.
He's a big dude. He is. He's just not as big, but he's not.
But he's not skinny.
No, he's not. And he's got
he's built like
Trevor Lawrence.
Really? Is that big?
He's built like Trevor Lawrence.
I was going to, but like, is he as solid as Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
I was thinking he was built more like Dak, but Dak's not as big as Trevor Lawrence.
No, Dak's like 6'1", 6'2", I think.
Really?
Yeah, he's not 6'4", 6'5".
I know he's not. Yeah. I meant like thickness wise.
He's thicker, but he's not as tall. This kid looks like, from the neck down, Trevor Lawrence. He's mobile, very strong arm, and he's got weapons in the passing game. Colorado.
Well, I want to watch that then, but I'm not going to be able to because
we have the soccer games.
We got soccer.
Colorado, I'm not gonna miss it too. Most of it, I'm gonna have it on my phone. But I mean, the thing is, Colorado's only chance is to somehow get out to a lead, and then try to slow the game down and run the ball. And again, but their offensive line,
they don't have the hogs.
No, they've got the running. I mean, what I'd probably be doing with them is a lot of wish option pitch outside, go outside because they have speed. Even without this kid, Colorado has speed on the outside. That's the one thing they do have. The skill position guys, they've got jets. A lot.
Yeah, they got a couple small.
They got a couple of burners who can. To me, that's what I do. I put that kid with run pass option to the outside. You're not going to run up the gut on this USC team. They're not going to do it. They don't have the horses to.
They're really not going to do that to anybody.
Not anybody.
Not
anybody elite.
Except Colorado State.
Yeah, not anybody elite. They're not. Yeah. No, at least not yet. Not this year. So
what's the next one?
So we both got USC, and I don't think it's going to be 3 touchdowns. I think it's going to be more than that. But I hope I'm wrong. Anyway,
that would suck to get banged by 42.
It really would. 3:30 game. Number 24 KU at number 3 Texas, who looks every bit the number 3 team in the country. Now KU is undefeated. They are, but they were undefeated last year.
Look at this.
There it is. There's the Buffalo. I hope the Buffalo's playing.
They just showed.
Is the Buffalo going to suit up? Dude, I'd suit the Buffalo up.
Dude, when that first weekend against TCU, when they came running out with the Buffalo, that was pretty crazy.
That was nuts.
That was a good way to pump the crowd up. They got 3 people running alongside a Buffalo.
That dude. That Buffalo. What's his name? Bucky? Big. What's his name?
I have no clue.
James?
Shador has 11 pass TDs this year.
Yeah, in 3 games. Kid's a stud.
Did he have 5 in the first game?
Four, I think. Anyway, we both got Texas, I think, in this game because I can't. They have to go to Texas.
Who are they playing?
Kansas was undefeated in 24, but Kansas ain't a football school. Yeah, no. You said it yourself. Yeah. Last year, you don't know if you remember this. Kansas was 5-0, same time they were ranked, and they went into it wasn't Texas, but they went in to face a real team. Mm-hmm. They got destroyed. Yeah. So I want to see if Kansas shows up this game and actually gives them a game.
Are they ranked?
They're 24 and they're undefeated.
24.
Yeah. Lastly, The nightcap in Durham. Number 11 Notre Dame, number 17 Duke. Duke is for real.
Yeah.
I've watched the replay. The one cool thing about having all these weird college stations is they play the like the NFL Network will play a couple of games back in the NFL. You can watch them without the commercials.
The old ones.
They do the same thing. So I've been able to see 2 of Duke's games.
What kind of team is it?
They can beat Notre Dame. Notre Dame, I think, is the better team on paper.
It's Duke Notre Dame.
Duke Notre Dame. Duke's undefeated.
I thought you said North Carolina.
No, Duke. Carolina's better than Duke. Better than they are. Carolina's got the quarterback. He's nasty. The Tar Heels, they're legit too.
Finally scored.
They did. They finally got a score. But how much time is left? Not enough.
Not enough. Like 6 minutes.
6 minutes. But anyway, I think Notre Dame coming off that heartbreak at Ohio State that they could have won. They had 10 guys in the field. Coach last game.
2 plays in a row.
2 plays in a row. That's awful. That's just awful. Talk about poop.
That sucks.
Poop-a-doop-doop.
That sucks. That like, when you make a mistake on national TV like that, like you can't cover it up. It's just kind of like
that was the Notre Dame coaching staff. Because it's one thing for a guy to make one mistake, but 2 plays in a row, that's the coaching staff. That's the coaching staff.
But like nobody on the defense was aware. It seems hard for that to happen.
They are looking at Ohio State going, we got to stop these guys. They're not counting hits. Every guy's going, I got to do my job. And then they realize, hey, wait, where's Freddie?
2 plays in a row. They never said where's Freddie.
I don't know. Maybe it was Bill. I don't know who it was.
Something's wrong there.
Kiefer?
To not know you're not whole. Like as a unit, you should be together.
It was Don Trell.
To not know.
Fucking Don Trell again.
To not know that you're not complete as a unit, that's not only coaching, that's players too. It's just like all across the board.
I don't understand. I've never seen that. Have you seen that before? 2 plays in a row? I've seen one. We've all seen one, right? And the guy's running on
it's the game.
It's the game.
It's the final play.
What the fuck are you doing?
Right.
I mean,
I don't know.
And Ohio State's elite. Notre Dame should have won that game.
Right. It was a shit the bed moment.
It was a shit the bed moment. I think Notre Dame's going to bounce back from that, though, because they know that if Ohio State runs the table, which is a good chance they will, Notre Dame just runs the table, they're going to have a shot to get in the damn tournament. Because Notre Dame hosts USC later in the year. So if USC comes in undefeated, Notre Dame knocks them off, then Notre Dame's right in the conversation. So we'll see what happens. But I got Notre Dame tomorrow, and it's going to be close. Duke's going to hang around. Duke is for real.
I know nothing about Duke.
They're 4-0, baby. And those nauseating, disgusting, arrogant, fucking Dookie Pukey fans are going to be there.
Who's the most famous football alumni from Duke currently in the NFL?
Daniel Simpson Jones.
Daniel Simpson?
I don't know what his name is.
Not
Daniel.
Simpson.
Nathaniel Jones?
I have no clue. He's not good enough for me to know his middle name.
Daniel Ulysses Jones? No.
Bartholomew.
Daniel Bartholomew.
Daniel Theo Radcliffe Jones.
Daniel Theodore Jones?
Theo Radcliffe. No. Is he a basketball player, Theo Radcliffe?
He was. Played
like
pros.
A power forward?
I want to say Raptors. No, not Raptors. Maybe.
Pistons?
Maybe. Power forward? Pistons, maybe?
I thought Theo
Radcliffe.
He was.
Let's
see. Maybe. Who did you say?
I thought Toronto originally.
I was thinking Grizzlies when they were
Vancouver. Yeah, Vancouver. That was a cool name, the Vancouver Grizzlies. I like the unis, too.
Yeah.
Thought they would have been something, but they gave up on them too quick. Anyway.
Where are we going, folks? We don't know.
Daniel Yukon Jones.
Yukon.
Sorry. It's terrible.
Yukon?
I don't know. Yukon. Daniel Cornelius Jones? No? I don't know. Damn it. Daniel Poseidon Jones.
No.
Imagine having a name that Poseidon. That's a badass name. If your parents named you Poseidon.
I mean, that's a little.
Who's fucking with Poseidon?
Yeah, you're not Poseidon. If your parents fucking named you Poseidon,
it
doesn't make you Poseidon.
You know who his pet is, don't you?
No.
The Kraken.
Really?
Yeah. The Poseidon is the one who controlled the Kraken.
Oh, this is good. So, his alma mater, Theo Radcliffe?
Yeah.
Wyoming. Where Joel's daughter's going.
Hey, Dad. My dad, football alum, Wyoming.
Selected by the Pistons.
You call it.
Did I say Detroit? In 95, but then played for half the fucking league. Sixers, Hawks, Blazers, Celtics, Timberwolves, Pistons again, Sixers, Spurs, Bobcats, Lakers.
Good God. Whew. That man had some fucking
addresses. Got around.
He got around. Like Rambo and Nam. Got around. What?
Okay, now that we
did that.
Now that we discussed
so we both got Notre Dame.
Theo Radcliffe. We went from Notre Dame to Theo Radcliffe.
Well, you brought up Danny Dimes.
That's true. Well, because of Duke.
Daniel Themistocles Jones. No?
Daniel Sprint Lady Dimes Jones.
Daniel running for my fucking life because my O-line sucks Jones.
Daniel. His middle name is Dimes. I forgot.
Daniel Dimes.
Why is Oregon State throwing the ball deep right now?
I don't know.
God.
How can we lose?
It's like Detroit.
How can we lose this game?
Remember Detroit last night?
Yeah.
They get the ball back. So DJ's made the bet.
Yeah.
Where, okay, Detroit is going to win. Going to take the under. No more scores are going to happen.
Yeah.
Detroit gets the ball with what, 4 minutes left?
Succulents.
Detroit gets the ball with 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
First play, they try to throw a screen pass. Is that correct?
Caught that. Yes, that was terrible. The screen pass was
And then
awful.
on the third play, they throw deep, right? And miss. It's like, actually, no, the first play, they had a 15-yard run, and then they threw it twice.
This dude is shifty. They got him.
Yeah, shifty. Got 2 yards.
2 yards.
That's the guy that
they made the run. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's shifty. Anyway, no, you're right. And I don't get why they did that. I don't get why Oregon State's doing this now because now these guys are getting the ball back with a puncher's chance.
Well, how many times? Oh, they only have one timeout.
Yeah, they can't stop the clock. Utah's out of timeouts. Utah's got to go.
Right.
But in college football, they stop the clock to move the chains, so there is a chance because they stop the clock every time they move the chains on a first down.
They changed that.
They started again once they.
Is it 2 minutes? Because they changed the rules, so it's quicker.
It's quicker.
Remember, because
they got to make it more like
was
the pros.
Was it Chip Kelly or was it Brian Kelly who was crying about it?
I know those two cry about everything.
He was like, the rules are. I hope you like your quick game.
Yeah, those two cry about everything. You show me a season where those two weren't crying all the time.
You're right.
About shit. Those two need fucking seriously. They need tissues like you read about. They should fucking do those fucking.
Holy shit!
What? Kill it.
Look at the size of it.
Step on it.
No, I'm in my sandals.
Oh, you're such a pussy.
Dude, look at the fucking size of that spider. Where is it? Holy shit! Kill it.
Oh, look, I'm in my sandals. Oh no.
Thank you for saving me. RJ, you're my hero.
In sandals, America.
God, I really do have a Prince Charming, if you will.
That thing was the size of a damn Buick, by the way.
That was an enormous spider.
I saw that thing over there. It had its own zip code.
It was like a New York City rat.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, seriously. Anyway. And the nightcap, look, Washington, number 7. Well, we should watch this game tomorrow night.
What time does it come on?
10 o'clock.
Maybe
Washington, we should.
Dude, one of my favorite episodes we've ever done is when we watched the Colorado game.
I'm saying, we could always do a spot-on episode tomorrow night.
Never know.
Yeah. Washington, number 7, Huskies against Arizona, who is undefeated, and it's in the desert. I want to see this game because I'm curious about Arizona. Washington, I'll tell you right now, they are the team. Them or USC, I think, is going to win this Pac-10, and I hope I got to find out when they're playing head-to-head because I think they could be. What'd you find?
Sorry, didn't mean to.
What? What'd you find? What?
I was right. I was right about something in college football.
Uh-huh.
So the game clock will run after first downs, except for the last 2 minits of each half.
All right, so they will
under 2 minutes.
Then they will stop.
Then it stops.
Oh, okay.
So that is kind of a big change if you're trying to make a comeback.
Well, at least they stop it still. Anyway,
a team cannot call consecutive timeouts.
They can't? I didn't know that. We're learning some college football nuggets.
Well, so that's always been the rule in the NFL because I remember, I don't know if it was Joe Gibbs the second time or it was
I got a
Shanahan.
Yeah.
Called back-to-back timeouts and they got a penalty for it and then allowed a team to kick a field goal and beat them. You're not allowed
in the NFL.
In the NFL. You're not allowed to call consecutive timeouts like call a timeout and then before the play is run, call it again. You'll get a penalty. Yeah. So apparently they changed that.
Okay, but I got to tell you now. As much as we love the NFL, he's not there yet. I hope one day, especially with this 12-team playoff next year, he'll start to get there. To me, the weekend really starts tonight, Friday, because Saturday game day and ESPN, they always go on site. They're going to be at Duke for this Notre Dame Duke game. They go on site. The fans are crazy. They start tailgating at 9 a.m. It's awesome, and I love when they go to SEC country for any one of those games because you can just see the food. It's unreal. So I always love Saturday morning. It just sets the tone for the whole fucking weekend during football season. It's fucking perfect. And I wish to God, I hope he latches onto a team because then he'll really enjoy it. But I've always had Notre Dame because of my dad's best friend. He played for them back in the day for Era Parseghian. He's got a nice fat ring. So I've always loved the Irish. BC was good for a while, but they suck now. They beat Florida State a couple weeks ago, but that was a fluke. We were talking about Florida because they match his uniforms up there. But then Colorado, Deion made a trip to Boulder. So I think he's kind of on the fence about a couple of teams here.
Well, Deion's is giving me a reason to watch college football. So I thank him for that.
We got to get the shades.
Because
we still have to get the shades.
I'm totally, bandwagon.
It's okay.
I'm interested in what Deion's doing. It's entertaining as fuck.
Yeah. But this 12-team playoff is going to change everything.
Awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
And I hope, I hope some fringe teams that we don't get to see a lot, make noise and win a game.
Yeah.
In it. Because, still at the end, you're going to see the big.
But the thing is, though, where it's a one-and-done scenario and you get these neutral site games, there's going to be some upsets. Yeah. There's going to be some... Right. And this is going to be different. By the way, none of these coaches have experience with this. Mm-hmm. So as experienced as the Nick Sabans and the Kirby Smarts, they haven't played in a format like this. So they're going to be as green as everybody else.
And also, I remember one point that you were kind of hammering home last year when we were talking about it is so at the start, yes, it's going to be all the usual suspects in the Final Four, probably in the final 8,
whatever.
But as the years go by and people realize, I could win a national championship
going wherever.
Going to this school that's not that big. Yeah. Then it's not always going to be these usual suspects.
No, it's going to be harder and harder for the Blue Bloods to maintain dominance.
Yeah.
Because now with 12 teams, and I think they'll expand it again. I think 16 is the sweet spot.
This guy's fast.
Yeah, he is. Oh my God! Because the thing about the 16-team format, 1AA football plays that now, and it's amazing. Right. I think 12 is not going to be the end of it. I think 16 is going to be the sweet spot.
And it's funny because if you went to one of those schools like JMU or North Dakota State, South Dakota, then you know all about it. Mm-hmm. Everybody else doesn't watch that shit.
No.
And so here's the other thing about college football for me. So
Cinderella will be at the ball.
Well, one, I don't have a team. I'm talking about why I'm not completely into it.
No.
The other thing is NFL football is such a commitment on Sunday.
Oh, it is.
It's almost like I got to be able to have Saturday for family and all the other things.
Yeah.
It's like we got soccer games, baseball games. Yeah. Who knows what else on Saturday?
So it's not easy.
It's easier for me to give Saturday up than Sunday.
Here's the neat thing, though. You don't because there's so many games. You don't have to be glued to your TV on Saturday because you can't catch them all anyway. Yeah. So to me, you got your team on your ticker on your phone, and you're at the soccer game, and you can. And then if there's a game you want to see later that night or whatever, because there's fucking 300 games every Saturday, you can, or a top 10 game going on like this. Tomorrow night we got at 10 o'clock. You got Washington, undefeated Arizona. There's 7. That's gonna be an intriguing game. And you got Notre Dame. There are good games all day tomorrow.
Well, but see, I'll admit this. So this is the first year, and I think it's because we've been having so much discussion about how I don't like college football. I've been trying to
it takes time.
Watch it.
It helps if you have a team. You don't have a team.
But so in these late summer weekends, the first and second weekend, we didn't have any sports for the kids. So Saturday was wide open.
Yeah.
And I think we were having a party or something that night, and I was cooking all day, and the games were on, and I was into it.
Yeah, there's a lot of and the college atmosphere is amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's just like it is for basketball.
Yeah,
especially when they go into conference, like in the ACC, and then they come. Yeah, the fans are nuts.
Similar energy.
It's very similar, and it's just more people.
Yeah, and that's what I was into it that day, and then the night I came over here and we watched.
Colorado State.
Colorado State. One of the best games.
Yeah.
It's
talk about back and forth. Yeah, it was.
I hesitate to say best college football game I've seen because when I think back, the Ohio State playoff game last year where they lost on a field goal
to Georgia
on New Year's Eve as the ball was dropping.
Yeah, that was one of the best games I've ever seen.
insanity.
Yeah.
As the ball's dropping, we don't even know what happened.
Ohio State should have won that game.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And they should have won that game. And I feel
bad
Marvin
Harrison got hurt.
I feel bad for Creekmore because they lost him and still damn near beat him. And the kicker didn't poop himself. Talk about poop-a-doop-doop-doop.
Dude,
that wasn't even a long kick.
I have the video of showing the TV, showing the ball, showing the TV. Because we didn't know, should we look at the ball dropping or the kick?
And then TCU upset Michigan in the other game, which was a fucking Donnie. Yeah. And it was an unbelievable night of football. That Final Four was amazing last year. And I think with 12, it'll be even better. So, but we got to get him a team between now and then. And if we start seeing more shit like this, like we're seeing, he's going to find one. Yeah. Deion's an easy choice. Well, I wouldn't blame him for that at all.
I might just follow Deion.
Yeah,
because like you said, a couple of years might be a different school.
The next year, but they're going into a power conference. He doesn't have to leave there.
Yeah,
he can get his write his own check. Colorado's going to have the money.
I know, but
they're in a big conference.
You were like, you think he's going to be there in 4 years?
Well, if a team like here's the thing, SMU. Everybody keeps saying this SMU program because
Where is Deion originally from?
He's from Florida.
Is he?
Yeah. I always thought FSU he'd go home, but they're good. That coach, Florida State. That's where he played. FSU. Miami, but Miami's back. They look good. The Hurricanes might be back. Kudos to fucking Miami and Florida State they were dominant programs.
You always got to question those ACC teams though in football.
Since Clemson, well, it used to be Virginia Tech. They had powerhouses there.
I know, but
Virginia Tech has fallen off.
Tech has not been a power for 15 years, 20 years.
Since the Vic was. But Clemson
has been.
Yeah,
it's been Clemson and everybody else.
But to have Florida State and Miami back being what they were is huge for the ACC.
They're not what they were.
One's ranked third.
Not Miami, right?
Not yet, but the Miami keeps winning. They're moving up. They're 17 now.
That's pretty good.
They're undefeated. They went in and beat beat Mississippi State on the road badly. In SEC country, they beat them convincingly.
Again, no, the SEC, it's the Pac. Is it the Pac-12 or Pac-10?
Pac-12.
Pac-12.
It's splitting up.
That's the SEC right now.
It is. It is. Right now it is. We'll see what they do. Look, those games are going to come too. USC is going to go to Notre Dame. There's going to be some games there where they got to go play at a conference, and then we'll see how good the Pac-10
Does Oregon play anybody good?
They usually have. They played at Georgia last year. That was literally a home game. It was in the Georgia Dome. To me, that was suicide. They weren't winning that game. And they got blown out because Georgia's Georgia.
So Georgia's going for
three
straight?
Three-peat. Yep. They are. And I got news for you that there's gonna be challenges. In their own conference.
Who did Georgia beat 2 years ago?
They beat Alabama in the
So it's Alabama TCU. They beat.
And then not last year. They beat Ohio State and then TCU. They drubbed TCU. The year before that, I forget who it was, but they were.
That's what I'm saying. They beat Alabama 2 years ago.
Yeah, then
they beat TCU in the championship.
Yeah, and they look legit again.
Georgia does.
They do, but they're not. They don't look at fun. Last 2 years, they kind of looked like it was them and Alabama 2 years ago, and they were kind of all by themselves last year. They were head and shoulders.
Another game should be on.
It should be. Let's go to it, America.
Been on for 2 hours.
Where is it? Oh, Colorado. This is the
Cincinnati.
Yeah, this one. This is out in the mountains. Out
Cincinnati,
in
BYU.
Let's go on to college football games. And BYU is 3-0, and they're winning in the third. If they win, Cincinnati's 2-2. The Bearcats. A cool college name, Bearcats. I like that. BYU's kind of a weird team because they're usually good, but they're never quite great. They don't stink, but they're never quite great.
What controversial quarterback hails from BYU?
Jim McMahon.
No,
Steve Young.
In the league right now.
Oh, right now. Oh, what's his name?
Controversial in the sense that people don't want him starting right now.
Zach Wilson? Yeah, BYU. Well, again, I still submit that they're not looking at the tape from why they drafted him.
I saw a video on Twitter the other day that said what happened to Zach Wilson, and it showed a bunch of clips from BYU where he's throwing lasers
all over the yard.
Yeah,
and he's moving and he's doing all this. I mean, the thing is, that's why the Jets drafted him.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: the Jets are the one team that looked at all that college tape and said, "Wow, what if we put him in a totally different system? He could really play." Whereas every other fucking kid that came out, they're like, "Wow, what are they running so we can run that?" And literally, that's what it is.
Well, no,
same thing with
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. So these teams, you saw them playing. Just do that at the pro level. Okay, let's get some. What does he have around him? Let's get that. That's what fucking Miami did with Tua. That's literally what Miami did with Tua.
It's the smart thing.
It is the smart thing.
If you're investing a pick that high, you've got to build the team around that.
You're going to spend minimum $200 million on this guy. If he's good. Minimum. If he's good, minimum $200 million. You better build around him.
You hope to.
If he's good, if he's great, it'll be more than that. But if he's good and you extend him to a second contract, you're going to spend $200 million on him.
They just wish he would be halfway decent.
They're not setting him up to do that.
They're not.
And I don't know. Look, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but set the kid up. Give him a chance.
But what if
he has no chance right now?
What if he is just a head case?
I don't know. Did you see his?
What if he panics?
Did you see his press conference yesterday? He responded to Joe Namath's comments.
Oh, he did? What did he say?
If I closed my eyes, I swear it wasn't him.
What did he say?
He said, "Look, Joe Namath is an icon. He's an all-time great, and he's certainly not. I certainly understand where he's coming from."
Did he burp on himself?
He should have. I mean, he didn't do. But, of course, he wasn't drinking or smoking. But anyway, so...
It's a diet soda that has
it is a diet
burping
soda.
all the
But
time.
what he said was, he's like, look, we're all trying to get better. We're not happy with what's going on here.
So
we're not
satisfied.
satisfied. He answered it like a pro. He goes, look, I'm working hard every day to get better. I know I need to be better. He's not wrong there. I agree with him. I need to be better. But I'm not giving up.
That's a long way from
last
year.
He actually,
do you remember last year when he fucked up and they were like,
"Oh, do
you feel like you're letting down the defense?" And he was like, "No, not at all."
Yeah,
he got all pissy. So well, good for him.
He totally. I'll tell you what. Today was the first day I actually went attaboy for him because good for him. No, because he answered it the right way. And by the way, had he blasted Namath, I wouldn't have blamed him.
I actually kind of would have liked that.
Yeah, but because Joe went off.
I would have liked what he said.
Yeah, because Joe went off the rails. I mean, the thing is, Joe Namath
called him a disgrace.
Joe Namath knows football, and he can't. And I get he wants the Jets to win. And he's pissed off like every other Jet fan that Aaron Rodgers got hurt because that was fucking the worst thing that could have happened. Okay, but to sit there, and Aaron Rodgers actually said something right. You are not helping this right now. You are throwing gasoline on a fire.
Is that what he said?
Area Rodgers said that because he responded to his comments.
Was he on McAfee?
Yeah, he said, "Look, I get the criticism, but do you think you're helping right now?
Yeah,
this isn't helping." And Aaron is actually right about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is, get off the kid's back.
Right.
He wasn't supposed to be there, and the Jet management, he shouldn't even be in the uniform anymore. They should have went and got a veteran backup and jettisoned him to somewhere for a draft pick. But they couldn't do it because they don't want to admit they're wrong. Because they know that's what it would mean.
Now,
even though the whole world knows they're wrong.
Hearing you talk about what Rodgers said, I almost feel like when you're somebody like Joe Namath, when you've been part of a team, when you're known for being on a team, isn't there a bit of like a brotherhood where you could actually call Zach Wilson and encourage him?
That would have been
would
have been the right thing to do. You are 100% right there. He nailed it.
And that's what happens.
He nailed it,
right? Like that's what.
If Joe Namath wants to help this situation, first of all, realistically, to your point, you said it earlier, there's no one out there to get America.
Right.
If your option is Carson Wentz, there's
no
one.
Trevor Siemian.
Look, the only guy that I would buy would be Colt McCoy. He's proven he can actually get you wins and steady the ship. I haven't heard his name. He's the one guy I might say, okay, that makes sense. Anybody else I'm hearing makes absolutely no sense. Okay, so
what'd you think? Colin Kaepernick wrote a letter or something like that?
He's been out of the league how many years?
That's what there's no way.
I don't know what he would do.
I mean, I was always on his side, but he's been out of the league for 5 years.
What happened to him wasn't fair.
It's horseshit.
It wasn't fair. And I
but
get it,
at this point,
he shouldn't get a life sentence for that.
No way.
No way.
Shouldn't get any sentence.
No, but I'm saying, that's who these rich white owners are.
You're right.
Let's be honest. That's what they are. Okay, call a spade. And look, I don't think it's all of them, but it's enough of them. Okay, so the thing is, So the thing is, they blacklisted him. No owner can sign him. So that was
crazy.
So there was a meeting on this.
When you think about,
let's be honest, there was a meeting on this.
When you think about some of the shit other players have
done, and they've gotten. There's a video of Ray Rice knocking a woman out in an elevator, and he got back dragging her out and punching her, and he got back on an NFL field.
And this guy's protesting injustice.
for the anthem for racial injustice and police brutality, and he's blacklisted.
That's wild.
This is how fucked up America is. Okay, wild. This is fucked up.
When you break it down like that, it's wild.
I've always said this country's fucked up. Okay. Before that, but that there tells you how fucking backwards ass we are.
It's pretty backwards.
Okay, so the point is this: look, Zach Wilson is not being helped here.
No, he's not.
And Joe Namath would have done the coolest thing ever if he just picked up the phone and called the kid and say, look.
Come to practice.
Come to practice. Be Joe Namath.
Right.
Be that godfather.
Try to give him some of that confidence.
You want to do something, Joe Namath, for this kid? I am loving this, okay? I am loving this, okay? But I was trying to be fair here. I feel bad for this kid. I mean, Joe Namath, you want to do something? Get on a fucking plane, fly up there, and say, can I talk to him for a minute? Just have a one-on-one with him. Yeah. That'd be the coolest fucking thing ever. Because then, Joe, you will truly have tried to help. And if he bombs after that, you can say, look, I did everything I could to help you. Not sit down there in Alabama and fucking get this piece of trash. I've seen enough.
Well, what might have happened
You sound like an old bitter man who can't do it anymore and he can't handle it.
But the other thing is, maybe if he had a conversation with him, it would put him closer and he would understand, oh, shit, this is the coaching
He was
staff.
a quarterback. How doesn't he understand? To your point about the fraternity, yeah.
Well, he was an alcoholic for years. I mean, and maybe he forgets.
Man played at Alabama for Bear Bryant. Man beat John.
Yeah, but then he tried to kiss Susie Colbert on live TV because he was drunk.
I don't blame him for the attempt. It's just where it was. She's cute. You don't do it on TV.
Don't you remember it?
Yeah, it was gross. Susie Colbert. And Susie Colbert handled that like a champ.
Yeah,
she really did.
Was just like,
she was, I'll tell you what, talk about letting a guy off the hook. I'll tell you what, Susie Colbert doesn't get enough credit for that.
Yeah, he was just sloppy.
He was sloppy.
My point is, look, okay.
He's sloppy.
He made a mistake that
He's
night.
still sloppy.
My point is, exactly.
Sloppy.
He's still sloppy, obviously.
Joe, because old, drunk, and sloppy is nobody.
Because he is an icon.
He is an icon.
He could make an impact on Zach Wilson.
He could actually help this situation, but no. He's just throwing another log on the fire. And this is the one time I 100% agree with Aaron Rodgers. Because he's right. You're not helping the situation.
Zach just needs some confidence.
Yeah.
And the coaching staff has to give him some of that.
I'll tell you what, that kid, I can't imagine the pressure he's under right now. I honestly, and I'm a Pats fan. I like nothing more than watching the Jets crash and burn. But this kid doesn't deserve this. And look, he fucked up last year, and he got blasted for that, to the point where his own teammates had jerseys of the backup quarterback on, wearing him into the locker room.
That's fucked up.
I mean, they trashed him. Okay?
But see,
and I'm not saying he didn't ask for that, but he suffered enough. Okay.
No, but that was a public display of sit this guy for this guy, and the head coach did nothing to stop it.
Nope.
Which is a big mistake because now you have to go to him, and everybody. And now who knows anything knows, and nobody on this team wants him in there.
And the thing is, this is where Mike Greenberg is right. This is where this thing could implode. If they drop a 45 spot on them, which they could, because they're going to be in the field the whole game, if they run the same game plan, KC will be on that field, that offense, the whole night. Because Chris Jones will kill this kid. Okay? And there are Jets fans that are.
You know who the backup is?
Yeah.
Do you know his name?
Yeah. It's with a, no, I don't know. It's with a
Jeff
B.
Boyle?
Boyle!
That's what they're like.
You're in there, Boyle.
That's why everybody's like, you can't go out and get a veteran. They have one. His name's Jeff Boyle.
I got news for you. If Jeff Boyle is on that field Sunday night, you think you're sick now.
Right. It'll be worse than Zach Wilson.
You think you've bottomed out, New York Jets fan base? You put this kid this guy on the field this Sunday night, and you'll know the meaning of pain. It's like, no way. He's not the answer. So, I think Namath dropped the ball on that. I think Aaron Rodgers actually said something.
Tim Boyle,
yeah. I think Aaron Rodgers actually said something that made sense and was not egotistical and had an agenda. I think he was actually that was legit.
He did the same thing when what's his face talked shit. Sean Payton.
No, he did. But again, the problem with Aaron Rodgers is his credibility. He fucking trashed everyone in Green Bay on his way out the door. And the big complaint in Green Bay, as you know, was they never drafted a receiver in the first round. Well, you're right, Joe, but let's look at who they did draft. From fucking Randall Cobb to Jordy Nelson to fucking Devontae Adams. They got you top-notch talent.
Did they draft Greg, what's his face?
Jennings, too.
Or did Minnesota draft him?
No, I don't know, but they got him.
Yeah.
Green Bay had him, and he was productive.
Didn't they win the Super Bowl with Jennings?
I think they did. Yeah.
He was a good receiver.
Aaron Rodgers has never lacked for talent on the outside. So you can sit there and cry me, well, they never drafted one in the first round. Hey, we drafted N'Keal Harry in the first round. How the fuck did that work out? It doesn't guarantee.
We drafted Kadarius Toney in the first round.
Yeah, another point. There's no guarantee that a first-round pick's going to pan out. I know. Anyway, we're going to end this segment because we're flirting with disaster. Hey, look, this is going to be a debut on Facebook. We're looking forward to it. For your comments, like our page. If you have comments, be gentle. Be gentle.
We're both fragile individuals.
No, we are at heart. We're not. No, you know what? Don't be gentle. Fuck that. If you really distribute with us, by the way, the show is I don't disagree.
No, if you disagree.
Disagree. It's all right. Not every word out of my mouth is some holy.
If you hate us, just
we are diehard fans, probably like everybody watching this.
If you hate us, stomp on our grave.
Stomp on it.
Spit on it.
How did you two get a microphone? They should have showed. Awful. They should have saw you coming in and closed the store.
Remember when your friend jumped on when we were live and he goes, "God, you both look awful."
Who was that?
It was your friend. He has a different name. What's his? Lars? Lowe's?
Oh, Lopes.
Lopes. I know something.
Who's a handsome devil himself, I might add. Anyway, I love you, Jay. I know you're probably
looker.
He's a real looker. Dude, Casanova.
Bombshell.
He's a male bombshell. Anyway, love you, Lopes. Anyway, thanks for watching. You guys enjoy the football weekend. We will return.
He's got a face for radio.
We will, absolutely. He's got the attitude. There, he's got the bitterness. Anyway, we'll see you guys. Enjoy your week. Enjoy the football. We will be returning on Tuesday night, I should say. And we will recap the weekend, recap the Monday night game, and get you started on week 5. Until then, for the redoubtable one himself, Thomas J. Izzo, highly questionable one, RJ Miliaccio. Until then, boys and girls, see you on the other side.